The evening air in ancient Mesopotamia was perfumed with the scent of blooming jasmine as the children gathered around Nergal, eager for the next installment of Enlil and Susin's story. The flickering flames of the fire cast dancing shadows around them, creating an atmosphere of mystique and anticipation. Nergal began, his voice a comforting presence in the twilight. Tonight, my dear children, we delve into the heart of our tale, the secret affair of Enlil and Susin. Misharu, his eyes reflecting the fire's glow, asked, "Father, how did they manage to keep their love hidden for so long?" "With great care and cunning," Nergal replied. "They used secret messages, coded in the language of flowers and symbols, known only to them." Mamitu, her curiosity piqued, inquired, "What kind of messages, Father?" Nergal smiled. A red tulip left in the temple signified longing. A sprig of mint meant caution, and a white rose symbolized it was safe to meet. Lahmu, his imagination captured by the secret language, said, "It's like they had their own world, hidden from everyone else." "Indeed," Nergal agreed. "But remember, even in secrecy, love finds its challenges." Nana, thoughtful as always, asked, "Did they ever get close to being discovered?" Nergal nodded gravely. Once, a servant in the palace grew suspicious of the king's nightly absences, but fate intervened in the form of a wise old owl, a creature revered in Mesopotamian lore for its sagacity. "How did an owl help them?" Enkidu asked, his voice filled with wonder. "The owl, perched high in the temple, hooted loudly one night, alerting Enlil of the servant's approach," Nergal explained. She quickly hid behind a tapestry, her heart pounding, as the servant passed by, unaware of her presence. Mamitu, relieved, said, "It's like the gods themselves were protecting their love." Nergal smiled. Perhaps they were. In our ancient stories, the gods often play a role in the affairs of mortals, especially in matters of the heart. Misharu, eager for more, urged, "Tell us more, Father. What other challenges did they face?" Nergal's voice took on a somber tone. "Their greatest challenge was the festival of Ishtar, where the king was expected to choose a bride from the noble families." The children gasped, their hearts sinking at the thought. Mamitu, her voice laced with concern, asked, "What did they do? How did they face this challenge?" Nergal leaned closer. Enlil, in her wisdom, sought the counsel of an old priestess who was well versed in the legends of Gilgamesh and Enkidu, another pair whose bond was tested by the gods. "And what advice did the priestess give?" Nana asked, his eyes wide. She told Enlil of the ancient tale where Gilgamesh, faced with a similar dilemma, sought the guidance of the gods through a dream, Nergal said. So, Enlil decided to seek an answer in her dreams. Lamu, intrigued, questioned, "Did she find her answer?" "Yes," Nergal replied. In her dream, she saw a vision of a peacock, a symbol of immortality and rebirth in Sumerian mythology. She took it as a sign that their love would endure, no matter what trials they faced. Enkidu, his face reflecting the fire's glow, wondered aloud. But what about the king? How did he handle the situation? The king, torn between duty and love, recalled the tale of Utnapishtim from the Epic of Gilgamesh, Nergal continued. Just as Utnapishtim survived great trials to attain eternal life, the king realized he must endure this trial for their love to survive. Misharu, absorbed in the story, said, "It's like their love was being tested by the gods themselves." Perhaps it was, Nergal agreed. But it was through these trials that their love grew stronger, more resilient. As the night deepened, the children listened, enthralled by the story of Enlil and Susin, their hearts beating in time with the ancient rhythms of love and destiny. The tales of Mesopotamian gods and heroes wove seamlessly into the fabric of their secret affair, painting a picture of a love that was as eternal as the stars above. Nergal, seeing the children's rapt attention, concluded for the night, "And so, dear children, our story pauses here, with Enlil and Susin's love burning like a secret flame in the heart of Mesopotamia. Tomorrow we will continue with their tale as their love faces new trials and triumphs." As the fire dwindled to embers, the children drifted off to sleep, their dreams filled with visions of secret messages, wise owls, and majestic peacocks. In their slumber, they walked alongside Enlil and Susin, sharing in their journey of love, secrecy, and divine guidance. The night in Mesopotamia was a tranquil canvas of stars as Nergal continued the story of Enlil and Susin. The children, nestled around the dwindling fire, listened with bated breath. "Misharu, Mamitu, tonight we explore deeper into the heart of their secret affair," Nergal began, his voice carrying the wisdom of ancient tales. "Their love, though hidden, faced the test of time and fate, much like the story of Tammuz and Ishtar." Enkimdu, his curiosity never waning, asked, "Who were Tammuz and Ishtar, Nergal?" Nergal replied, "Ishtar, the goddess of love and war, and Tammuz, the god of fertility, shared a love that endured the cycles of life and death. Their story reminds us that true love persists through every challenge." Lamu, his eyes reflecting the flickering flames, pondered, "Did Enlil and Susin face such trials too?" "Yes," Nergal said. As the festival of Ishtar approached, where Susin was to choose a bride, their love was indeed tested. Mamitu, her voice tinged with concern, asked, "How did they feel, knowing they might be separated?" "Their hearts were heavy," Nergal explained. Enlil, in her solitude, would often gaze at the stars, finding solace in their constant presence. Susin, on the other hand, found strength in the ancient tablets recounting the epic of Ishtar's descent into the underworld. Nana, intrigued, inquired, "What did he learn from Ishtar's journey?" "He learned that even gods must face trials for love," Nergal said. "It gave him hope that their love, too, could withstand the trials of fate." Misharu, his thoughts deep in the tale, said, "It seems their love was always destined to face challenges." Nergal nodded. "Indeed it was. But their love was like a river. It found its way, no matter the obstacles." As the night wrapped its cloak around them, Nergal shared more about the secret meetings of Enlil and Susin. They would meet in the gardens of the temple, under the cover of night. The rustling leaves and the soft whispers of the wind were their only companions. Enkimdu, his imagination alive with the scene, asked, "But didn't Enlil fear being discovered in the temple gardens?" "She did," Nergal admitted. "But their love was a beacon that guided them through the fear, much like the tale of Adapa, who braved the wrath of the gods for the sake of knowledge. Enlil and Susin braved the dangers for their love." Lamu, his young heart moved by the story, commented, "It seems they found strength in each other and in the tales of old." "Exactly," Nergal said. "The stories of gods and mortals from our ancient texts were not just tales. They were lessons, guiding lights for those who found themselves in the labyrinth of life and love." The children, lost in the world of ancient Mesopotamia, felt the weight of the love between Enlil and Susin. Their hearts ached and rejoiced with the rhythm of the story. Mamitu, her voice a mere whisper, said, "Their love was like a secret song, heard only by the stars." Nergal smiled. "Yes, my child, and like all songs, it carried the echo of eternity within its notes." As the fire turned to embers and the stars twinkled their approval, the children drifted to sleep, their dreams a tapestry of secret meetings, whispered loves, and the enduring tales of Mesopotamian deities. In their slumber, they wandered through the gardens of ancient temples, their hearts beating in time with the age-old rhythm of a love that defied the odds. Nergal, watching over them, knew that the story of Enlil and Susin was more than a tale. It was a testament to the enduring power of love. a power that could change the course of destiny, just as it had for the lovers in the heart of Mesopotamia. As the moon climbed higher in the Mesopotamian night sky, Nergal gathered the children for the conclusion of this part of Enlil and Susin's story. The fire's glow waned, casting long shadows across their eager faces. Misharu, Mamatu, tonight we shall see how the secret affair of Enlil and Susin, much like the epic of Atrahasis, faced a great flood, not of water, but of emotions and decisions, Nergal began, his voice steady and deep. Lamu, his eyes bright with interest, asked, "Who was Atrahasis, Nergal?" Atrahasis was a wise man who survived a great flood sent by the gods, Nergal explained. His story teaches us about resilience and the power of wisdom in the face of overwhelming challenges. Mamitu, connecting the stories, said, "So Enlil and Susin's love also faced a great challenge?" "Yes," Nergal replied. As the festival of Ishtar drew nearer, the pressure for the king to choose a bride grew heavier. It was a storm of duty and heart. Enkemdu, concern etching his features, wondered, "What did Enlil do? She must have been so worried." Nergal nodded. She was, but Enlil, drawing inspiration from the goddess Ishtar, who journeyed through darkness to find light, decided to face her fears. She believed that their love, like Ishtar, would emerge stronger. Nana, always seeking deeper meanings, asked, "And the king? How did he cope with the pressure?" Susin, recalling the legend of Etana, who sought the help of an eagle to reach the heavens, realized that sometimes one must seek help from unexpected places, Nergal said. He confided in a trusted advisor, a sage who understood the complexities of the heart. Misharu, intrigued, inquired, "What advice did the sage give?" The sage told him that sometimes the greatest courage lies in revealing the truth, Nergal said. He suggested that Susin could find a way to honor his duties while not betraying his heart. The children, wrapped in the cloak of the story, felt the tension of the impending festival. "Father," Mamatu asked, "did they find a way to stay together?" Nergal smiled gently. "That, my dear, is a story for another day. But know this, on the eve of the festival, under the watchful gaze of the moon, Enlil and Susin made a sacred promise to each other." Lamu, his heart full of the story, said, "A promise of love?" "Yes," Nergal confirmed, "a promise that no matter what the festival brought, their hearts would always belong to each other." As the fire dwindled to its last embers, the children were left in a state of anticipation. The story of Enlil and Susin, their secret affair, and the wisdom they drew from ancient tales had captivated their hearts. Nergal, seeing their sleepy eyes, concluded, "And so, we end tonight with their sacred promise, a vow that would guide them through the trials to come. Tomorrow, we shall open the next chapter of their story, a sacred promise." The children drifted off to sleep, their dreams a blend of ancient myths and the timeless love of Enlil and Susin. In their hearts, they carried the lesson of resilience, the courage to face life's floods, and the power of a promise made under the moon's eternal watch. Nergal, looking upon their peaceful faces, knew that these tales were more than just stories. They were the echoes of humanity's eternal quest for love, understanding, and the strength found in promises made and kept.